call themselves supporters. Here's our political correspondent, Gareth Gordon.
In an almost rebuilt stadium, a team with a rebuilt reputation gets ready for its most important game, a far cry from days of old, in more ways than one. Football, they say, is a game of two halves, and that's probably truer of Northern Ireland than of most places. But just as Windsor Park is changing, could the perception that the Northern Ireland team is for one section of the community only be changing too?
Dowie, Kevin Wilson, Quinn! Oh, yes!
The 17th of November 1993, not long after the Shankill and Greysteel massacres, and Northern Ireland play the Republic in a game now notorious for all the wrong reasons. It even spawned a play, A Night in November, by Mary Jones, about how the sectarianism he witnessed that night led one man to struggle with his identity.
And then I started to feel envious of Jerry, envious that he had the freedom to support Ireland.
The play star says that all seems a very long time ago.
So now we have moved on, we're 22 years later. People are just looking for success. I think people line in behind the boxers who win, they line in behind any of the sportsmen, the motorcycling, you name it. Whatever we do well in, we'll get in behind them. And I think that's a good thing.
The Irish Football Association has worked hard to make Windsor Park a more welcoming experience for Catholics. This PhD student has researched its Football for All campaign.
Definitely had an effect in terms of how people approached Northern Ireland football team and their view of the IFA. I think nationalists are now in a position where they can support Northern Ireland without judgment, and it's more of their own choice, and especially with what's happening on the pitch in terms of how well the team's doing, people are more attracted to supporting them.
We asked fans getting ready for tonight's match what they thought.
Young lads playing for Northern Ireland from all walks of life, and that's the way we want it to be.
We live in a country which is divided, unfortunately, and I think we will have people who quietly may follow us behind the scenes, but I'm not so sure if that's the case. Hopefully, though, if we are successful tonight, that will widen the pace and the people can come and support us. We all wear green, and green means a lot to people in this country.
And I've got lots of friends on all sides who have actually been to the games in Belfast and really enjoyed it. The atmosphere's been good, and I would say the atmosphere is a lot more inclusive than maybe it once was.
And that change has been reflected in increased coverage of the Northern Ireland team in our biggest nationalist daily newspaper, the Irish News.
Some people would suggest this, why don't you concentrate on your own team, on the team in the area where you're based? But obviously life's a bit more complicated than that. Soccer is a people's game, and it arouses strong passions, and Windsor Park has a particular history down the years. But even the very name Windsor Park may not always be there if we're led to believe is true. The image of the team has been changing over a period of time. I suppose if you went to places like Derry City, you'd get a different perception as well. Many young people there just don't identify with Northern Ireland at all. But in other nationalist areas, that's not the case.
Time for a politician's perspective. This unionist can't see a problem.
I know many people from the Roman Catholic community who are regular attenders in international matches, enjoy it, feel very comfortable there. And that's something that needs to be encouraged and welcomed. We want to see a Northern Ireland team that has the support of the entire Northern Ireland community.
We put that to a Sinn Féin politician.
Yeah, I would know some people as well who go to Windsor Park and support the Northern team, yes.
Catholics?
Yes, but I do think that in terms of sport and development here, the best examples of sport on this island are done on a national basis, on a 32 county basis. We look at boxing, we look at rugby, and we look at GAA, and there are other sports as well, cricket as well even.
The practice of playing God Save the Queen before internationals at Windsor Park has also been cited as a turn-off factor for Catholics.
I think it is the anthem of Northern Ireland. We're part of the United Kingdom. It's recognised as our anthem. It has been since 1921 and the formation of Northern Ireland. I don't see any particular reason to change that.
Cathal O'Hosheen remains at best ambivalent to the Northern Ireland team.
History has left us in a position whereby we look at what the past was, the sectarian chanting and the playing of the British national anthem and all the rest of it. It's not something that terribly appeals to me. I won't call myself a supporter, but I won't call myself a detractor either. I would have a passing interest in it, but that'll be about the height of it. You know, it's something that just it's not on my radar.
Do you hope they win?
Personally, probably yes. Yeah.
Today, this Stormont committee unanimously sent best wishes to the Northern Ireland team, and for good measure, it then did the same for the Republic and even Scotland, who are in the same qualifying group. A score draw. The game of political football is alive and well, even if sectarianism on the terraces is increasingly on the defence.